Hi, I'm here with Dr. Vince Moses. He is the former director of the Riverside Metropolitan Museum. He holds a PhD in United States history and modern Latin America, and he's now a full-time historian and author. And the reason we're here today is actually Vince has been working on a book that myself and many people are really excited about. It's going to be about architect Henry Jekel. So Vince, what do we need to know about Jekel? Why was he important, and what did he do for us here in our region?
Andrew, I think Henry Jekel was probably the leading great undiscovered architect of Southern California. He in fact had arrived here from an illustrious career in skyscraper design and construction on the East Coast. He came to Riverside though, he converted essentially to a studio architect, doing what he wanted to do, and that was design Romantic Revival houses, especially Spanish colonial. But he stands alongside G. Stanley Wilson, architect of the Mission Inn in its later phases, and Robert Spurgeon, who is really known best for his Spanish colonial revival Renaissance style houses. Our book was meant to bring Jekel back. He was once a nationally known architect, to bring him back to people's consciousness, so they could see what he had done for Riverside and for Southern California. That's the reason for the book. So you get an idea of who he was. He was designer, architect for Benedict Castle, Castillo Isabella, and for the James Complex of California Baptist University, which he first designed for the neighbors of Woodcraft. So that gives you two ideas of who he was, just from an iconic legacy standpoint.
Okay.
That's the reason we want to do it. Too many of his houses were going into decline, some of them demolished for the expansion of Riverside City College, among other reasons. So we wanted people to understand how important he was here. Yeah.
I guess the last question will be, what are you most excited about in bringing this book to our community?
Well, I think this has really become a community endeavor. That it's not just two authors, me and my wife Kate Whitmore, doing all the research, putting this thing together, and then getting it published and say, here you go. But it's involved all the ownership. People own the Cronard House and others. It's involved the Inlandia Institute are becoming our publishers, and it will engage the community in a process to help really fund the publication of this book through a crowdsource campaign. And it has engendered a lot of interest in organizations like Old Riverside Foundation, Historical Society, and the like, and local historical architects. So we're looking forward to it for that reason.
Yeah. Okay. And for people that have found this video on different media outlets, what's the best place for them to go and donate or just get some more information about the book?
Katie Porter, the executive director of the Inlandia Institute, is opening a GoFundMe campaign geared directly to this book.
Okay.
And to go to Inlandia Institute, and they'll probably have a link directly to the GoFundMe campaign. One really exciting aspect of this community endeavor is that we've just gotten California Baptist University to come on as a title partner in the publication of this book. So that's a great help, and we'll then be doing lectures to their architectural students. We'll be doing a special event for the alumni of California Baptist University about Henry Jekel, who not only designed the original buildings, but's been the influence for the expansion of all their architecture on the campus too. Hi, this is Dr. Vince Moses. My wife and I, Kate Whitmore, are the proud authors of the upcoming book, Henry L.A Jekel, Eastern Skyscrapers in the California Style. We want to thank all of you in the community that are excited about this publication, as we are, and to thank you for your participation in helping us make this book possible so that we can bring to Riverside, once and for all, the great legacy of Henry L.A Jekel, one of our city's leading architects of the 1920s and 30s.